What is up, Reddit? This is Sebastian here. I am coming to you guys with what I think is one of the best current and modern setups for a recreational diver or a travel diver. And if you just enjoy being in the water and you're trying to get your feet wet, I think that this setup, if you're investing in your own gear, is going to last you a long time and get you to log, the dives that you want to log. So let's start out with the tank here. This is a Catalina 80 cubic foot cylinder, and it came for me with free fills for a year through Aquatic Adventures in Wisconsin. So that's cool. And servicing, very simple, straightforward. It is a great tank. It's going to last you a long time. Moving up to the first stage and the second stage, and I'll talk about the Octo in a minute, but this is the Aqualung Micron, which is their newer, kind of updated version of the Titan regulator, first and second stage, and it includes an automatic closure device, which is great because you don't want debris getting in your first stage, obviously. So it prevents that. And that's, I think, essentially the only difference between the Micron at this point and the Titan. Okay, and then we move to the second stage. The difference between this and the Aqualung Titan, which is a lower end regulator, this one actually has the wheel to control the venturi, right? So obviously you bring it forward for maximum airflow, and you bring it back towards you to restrict that if you're closer to the surface. Kind of hear the action there. Mouthpiece, one of the, Aqualung's got some of the greatest mouthpieces in diving, and they have for a long time. This mouthpiece just fits comfortably in your mouth. You don't even have to bite down too hard and worry about it getting kicked out. It's just a very, very amazing second stage. And then we get this kind of this geometric design here. It kind of looks like stars interconnected. It's just really cool. It's sleek, and altogether the first and second stage are incredibly light, so very, very easy to travel with. Moving on to the Octo, I'm actually using an Aqualung Octo, but it's a Sherwood Scuba Octo, so relatively cheap. If I pull it out of here, you can see this kind of pocket in the BC that I'll tell you about more in a second. If I pull this guy out of here, I can easily, push it into a diver's mouth. So if I've got a dive buddy who is out of air, there's no confusion and no, with directionality, whether it's upside down, you're breathing, you give it to them this way, they're breathing wet, give it to them this way, and they're gonna be good to go. Obviously with normal second stage Octos, you're grabbing it this way, and then you're pushing it into their mouth this way. If you fumble or drop it at all, it's gonna, that's gonna eat up some time, and ultimately, I think this is a very safe Octo to have because you just grab the hose and you just push it into the mouth of the individual that needs it. It also comes with a little magnet here. My BC, like I said, has this pocket, so I really don't need to use the magnet, but this magnet can clip on to the side of your BC if you're not using the same BC as me, and it will make for less dangling of the hose. Moving on to I'm going to move on to my dive knife and save the BC for last. This is a Reef dive knife. I have it attached here with the NATO strap to the right shoulder strap. Pull this guy out of here. It comes very sharp, sleek. It's got this polymer handle with a hole if you needed to string it. It also comes with a rubber band or strap with a clip that you can actually use if you wanted to put the dive knife, attach it at the leg, which I have done before, and then this little rubber securance right there. Moving on to the pressure gauge. Obviously I have a console computer coming from Aqualung, which I will review later on, but this is just a standard pressure gauge from Aqualung, which has feet on top, and it's American, so it's got PSI on the bottom. Again, I have it routed through that pocket of the BC just to keep everything streamlined, which is, as everyone knows in diving, incredibly important. In the right pocket of the BC, which this BC has extremely deep pockets, the Pro HD Aqualung, and if I pull the light out, you'll see it's a pretty hefty light in comparison to my hand. Not one of the smaller lights, lighter lights on the market, but it is 6,000 lumen, and it does get the job done. The batteries are rechargeable, and it has dual seal, which is great. And it's just really reliable. You know, I've had great experiences with it. I've read some reviews of people who have had trouble with the lights, so definitely read those reviews before purchasing, but I can't say the same. So we move here to the BC. This is the Pro HD Aqualung, which I think is a great choice for an introductory recreational diver. If you order here, you see this steel backplate. You see the size of this BC is medium. That fits me. You have 2 clips here, harness clips here, and then underneath it here you have the fasteners, which you just give a quick tug on those, and it's tight as you need it at the shoulders. Then moving down, you have this strong Velcro cummerband, and then you have this clip down here for some extra additional securance. You have a D-ring here next to the output port of where your octo goes, and then you have a D-ring up here, and then on this side here, as well as some other additional steel D-rings on bottom, which you cannot see here. So there's no shortage of clip management here. On the bottom, we've got these weight pockets. These just pull right out. They're integrated weights. They're very sleek. I'm not going to pull them out here, but they're very sleek and thin weight pockets that you know, that aren't a pain to get in and out. They just clip in very easily, like most other BCs with integrated weight pockets, and you should never really have a problem with that. The material of this thing is great, can last for a decade in saltwater, freshwater, whatever you need it to. And all around, very, very impressed with the trim it provides. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this guy on so that you guys can see the BC in action, full wing. Here we go. So here is the inflate, overflow, and then here's the dump. And you will note that it also has a dump on the shoulder, right here. And then it also has a kidney dump on the back for a fail-safe, which is great. Oral inflation's right here, low pressure hose connection with a nice little cover here when it's disconnected. I'm trying to think if I left anything out. I think that this is a very reliable, awesome dive setup that should definitely be considered. Easily breathable, second stage, and yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think that covers pretty much all the features. Like I said, this thing's got deep pockets. Pretty much stick my whole hand all the way inside there. You can get a reel in there, an SMB, anything that you need to kind of shove in your pockets, you know, that you normally would clip on in a more limiting setup. This, you've got the pockets for it, which is awesome. Let me know if you have any comments, questions, put them down below in the comment section. And yeah, happy diving, guys.